everybody. Welcome to our 1-year stream anniversary. So I decided to pick the Stanley Parable because it always held like a special place in my heart. This game is fucking hilarious. It's amazing. Everything's about as great. I can't believe it's been a year since we started streaming already. I am really excited to see what this year holds for our streaming careers. Let's go ahead and dive straight in. Yo. Yeah, we're gonna try going for all the endings tonight. I am really tired already, but I don't really care. I'm excited. It's our 1-year anniversary, and let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Let me swap this over. Nakaseta, yo, welcome. I don't know. I remember one thing I think I remember is that you can't be tired. You're right. That's exactly it. I can't be tired. The main menu changes. That's the one thing I remember. So let's just say thank you. I can't pick thank you. Okay, we can only pick anything on this side. Crocodile. The Stanley Parable 4. Crocodile. Stanley's tiny. Stanley 4 Parable The Stanley Parable 4 The Whisper of. The Stanley Parable 1 with the Stanley Parable 4 Forgotten. Beautiful. Forgotten Pantry, Forgotten Telephone, Forgotten Challenge, Forgotten Coworker. Yeah, that Forgotten Coworker, by the way, that was me. Be Big Shot instead. That's right. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. So I don't remember how many endings. I fucking love this game. Stanley 4. Stanley 4, The Stanley Parable 4, Forgotten Coworker. Making sure everything's good. Alright, well. Begin the game. Here we go. Oh my god, I haven't played this in so long.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Welcome.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Worcestershire sauce. I don't know, dude, honestly, why? Bomb game, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Do it.
Do it. Type aggressively. Smash everything. Step, Stanley, what are you doing? Oh my god. Sorry if you guys hear Isla in the background. She is just not...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh my god, dude. Yes, I love this fucking game so much. Well, thank you guys for joining me here in the 1-year stream anniversary. I'm so glad we picked this game. Well, I picked this game anyway, but... Get a refund? Yeah, that's fine. You can get a refund. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Balloons. Yes. Get well someday. They all say the same thing? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, get well someday. Yeah. Someday. Well, I mean, hey, that's better than no day. Isn't there? I'm trying to remember all the. So we're gonna try doing all the endings. I remember there was one that goes. Yep. Out here.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
We just want to do a checklist. We want to check
them all. He then praised
off.
the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, yes. I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires.
The reason why I chose this game is because it honestly, like I was saying in the beginning of the stream, holds a very special place in my heart. Lots of endings, very funny game, and it's one that stood out from all the ones I've streamed personally.
To restart the game. So just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Yeah, Bomb Game, I'm gonna give you that refund.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly.
So fucking
But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly.
World of Warcraft.
What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yeah.
Okay.
You too will become quite unbearable.
That was a beautiful song. Oh, it's still going. Yeah, the one thing I'm just trying to do is make sure we just remember what endings we get. We're gonna try to go for all of them, but you know, whatever happens, happens. And do the one where you just close the door. No, I'll do that one actually right now. Also, yeah, so the Aquarius, the first game I played was World of Warcraft. Oh.
Tap.
If you check the announcements, I actually posted the first video that we did. Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay
He
here,
had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
You could just look at the
But
clock.
the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
I love that ending. Yeah, I was gonna like kind of redo what I did when I first started streaming, which was the World of Warcraft thing, but I didn't know really who was gonna be really interested in watching me do that, so I just kind of went with something that was more
All of his
something I actually wanted to do.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Can't remember. I think there was
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance the story.
I know, they're crazy. Yes, Bucket Wife!
Finally, yes.
Okay, so inside joke. Yeah, I'm on Steam. inside joke. This is Bucket Wife. I think Bomb and Game remembers.
The bucket. Yes, yes, yes. I love that bucket.
Yeah, exactly. Thoughts exactly. Oh, hey, it's the computer thing. I think that's another ending. Yeah, Bucket Wife. New content. Yeah, we ain't going to new content yet. Not yet.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nah, I'm gonna go to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Oh yeah, employee lounge, man. It's like the best place you gotta go. Yes, Bucket Waifu, exactly. Someone needs to draw the bucket in me. That's what they need to do.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Yeah.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I don't know, Mr. Narrator guy. I don't know what you're talking about. 100 days of Minecraft? Jesus H. Christ. I don't know.
No, said the bucket.
No.
Don't go to the meeting room.
Oh,
go
God.
somewhere else.
Forgot
The
about that
cargo
voice.
lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Wait, this is an ending, right?
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend.
Oh, in-game days, okay.
So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms.
Hey, you know what I just
How
realized?
deeply it touched
Flashlight
him.
wasn't on. No! 3 endings down.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Let's go.
One man, one
Bucket Wife.
one chance to seize their destiny together. Stanley clutched the bucket
To the
tightly
right.
to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting
That's
room.
2 love
But
interests.
Stanley had felt
I'm
the
sorry,
bucket calling
Wino.
to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Simply the place to be.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
No.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to
Sure,
go
we'll
back
follow
to
your
the
advice.
meet- And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Nope. Nope. Maybe I should have just like made this a little bit more simple and, you know, kind of just went with the flow on these endings instead of...
Good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
That's not on the screen. Oh, that is weird. Huh. Let me look into that real quick. Yeah, I don't know why, but it likes to glitch out once in a while, so I'll look into that real fast. Room closet, my beloved. Yes. That's great. Son of a bitch, where's the... Hold on. Chat box, add source. Alright, someone type something real quick. You gotta love when there's problems, am I right? I can get this to work again. There you go. See, Zifro's got it. 3, 4, 7. Oh my god, why is it not working? Come on, chat box. Fucking work. Demi, can you please sing this entire song? What's up? Random! Yes! Welcome, Random. Dude, why is the chat not working? What the fuck is going on? Alright, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna try one last thing. Doesn't work. What, chat? Why? I know, right? How you doing, Random? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Why is it not working? Oh, yeah? Noise. Okay, chat works there, but it's not working here. All right. A lot of sense. I'm doing all right, besides, you know, our chat not working on the screen, but I guess we're just going to have to ignore that.
You see, your friends and I are concerned
she
with you,
sees what's
Stanley.
going on.
We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Get them books.
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
That. Okay.
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's go. I like new things.
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yeah, here we go.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about.
Yeah, so sad note, Random. I don't have Game Pass anymore, so I can't really play it. And I haven't gotten the free $1 trial. It's not even free, just the $1 trial. I have the bucket again. That's right,
from the original dialogue. Also, Stanley is
I'm gonna see if I can get Game Pass again, maybe for next week, hopefully.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
It ended literally before I started this next week. Yes, the Demi bucket ship is great. Dies. No! Random, don't die! Son of a bitch.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
You should get a bucket.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to
I know.
Go ahead now, Stanley.
No.
Say goodbye to the bucket.
No!
And then
I
pop
can't
it
say
into the
goodbye to the
machine
bucket.
when you're ready.
Go into the hole. Yes, we can go into the hole, don't worry. No, don't
now
destroy the
listen
bucket.
to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
I was going to be able to do
Sure,
that.
I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want.
The fans don't want it. Oh, Jesus. You know the... Holy shit. Oh my god, these blinding ass screens.
Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you.
There you go, guys.
All of it squandered now.
I did not kill the love interest.
New friend. For the moment in time that you were here,
in this game.
You were magnificent.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think it would work on this game. My god, can it change the color of the screen, please? Whew, now I shan't leave. Good. Stay. You don't want to leave. What? Oh yeah, I forgot it does this. Hey!
It's bucket time.
Hey, baby bucket, how you
Stanley
doing?
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Still got stuff to do on the right, sorry.
This was not the correct way
Battle
to the
Royale.
meeting room.
You know what?
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him
yes,
that the employee lounge was simply the place
to do the sus
be.
ending? Yeah, sure. A little bit lucky. It's bucket time. Yeah, after whatever ending we get here, let's go do the, let's go do your,
and here it was.
Ending.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this no? Never mind.
Open the console?
The bucket
okay.
was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Battle Royale, yeah, it's the avatars doing a battle. Okay. We're gonna finish this area off over here. Hold up.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good.
Going to the cargo lift.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Oh, God.
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was
said,
firmly convinced that the bucket
left.
had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I proceeded to bucket all over the place. Oh, God. Whoop.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Dark room? I mean, it's not really that dark in here. Okay. BRB, no worries. Oh, this is a dark room. Yeah, okay. You know what? Hey, wino, nice.
Now pick up the phone,
said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
I like the sound of that. Oh, God.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Huh?
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
I'm gonna stay in here. It's nice and dark. My eyes feel a lot better. wait, what was this? Nice. Oh, nice. That's a nice place. Nice crib. Oh, hey, how you doing, girl? Demi's a vampire. Yes, I am. Redeem idea. Flashbang. Oh, God. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press O to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object?
Click to move. That's
I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
My bucket. Oh, hi. Going back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk.
I heard it,
All
though.
it will ever truly do
talk.
for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Huh. Yeah, alright. Don't listen to the loud man. Press P for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
When you start to feel bad for the narrator. Press H to ignore anyone else in your life except for me. I pledge myself to the bucket.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press O to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press R to relive this same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Goddamn bucket. Press X to go home to work. Oh, wait, work to home to work to go. Okay, oh God. It's getting emotional. No. Yes, it is.
I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say.
Oh,
do
shit.
anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Literally.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give
No.
it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it.
Mine.
Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Sweet home Alabama. I worship bucket. Yes, that ending was something else. Okay, so what was the ending you would like to do, Wino? Yeah, true. Console, okay. Nothing pops up when I do the console, but yeah. Oh.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Ah, damn, okay. Continue, good sir. Okay, I will. I will continue on to adventure. Listen, Bucket, I'm kind of creeped out from that last ending. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright? No hard feelings. Oh god, so walking to the wall. I hate Mondays. Me too.
When Stanley came
Let's
to a
see
set
what
of
else
two
we have on the
open
right
doors,
side.
This was not the correct way to
No,
the meeting
Bucket.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
It's alright.
Perhaps he wanted to stop
Bucket's
by
gonna
the
be okay.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Some distance will do us some good.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Yes.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait, I don't remember. Oh, wait. I do now. Doing it. Big bucket outside. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. What was I supposed to do with this part again? You jump off, you die. Yeah. Oh, out of the map? Maybe. Probably can. Vent. Where's this, where's said vent again? Oh, it's right there. Thank you. Whoop. Two people? Oh my god, that's great.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
Oh my god. Yes.
That it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path.
Fucking narrator.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Doctors.
Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
I will look soon. Oh my god. Alright, nice. That editing's done.
Just
I think
a
we have
step through this door, Stanley thought to himself.
I think we got a few more on the right side.
If I can make it through this, it's bucket time.
Doom, 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 doom.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I did make him
way to the
sad.
meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Hold on a second. Yeah, okay. I can remember.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I just got called unique. Alright, cool, cool. Broom closet's my favorite.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
The room closet.
If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
I don't know, man. I got stickers in my bucket, so I don't know what you're talking about. Broom closet, my beloved. I mean, there's ducks that go around my place over here. I can't remember for the broom closet. Do you just sit in the broom closet until he says something again? I can't remember for the life of me. That is correct. That is correct. I keep forgetting you can hold right click to move. It's so weird. Well, goodbye, broom closet. Yeah, goodbye, broom closet. I don't know. I don't remember how long you're supposed to be in there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
No! I'm sorry. You don't know what to do? Well, I don't know.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Leave and re-enter.
He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Don't feel good.
All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
1, 2,
now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it. Calling to him.
Soon. I'm just trying to...
Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Wait, the bucket's not supposed to talk, remember?
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
None
of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
It's that blue crystal.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. No! He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly,
where are you?
He froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Oh no!
It was incredibly painful.
Oh god!
Stanley doubled.
The drugs are getting to me. Yeah.
Out.
That's it. God. I was one with the bucket.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Jesus.
Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work.
You just see me fade from the screen.
Her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself. My life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Backflipped all the way to work? God damn it, ads. Sorry, random. Alright. I think...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Damn. I think this time I can do is go do the same thing I did without the bucket real quick. Let's go do that maybe. You gotta go, Zeno, no worries. Sub ran out? Yeah, sorry, random. That sucks. Yeah, a lot of peeps' subs are running out. Fuck. Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Go look at the bird pigs with the bucket.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go.
Closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Can't remember, so what are you supposed to do with the broom closet?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Just keep re-entering it? Is that what you guys were saying before?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom
closet.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I mean, yeah,
Are you really
I'll
still
try.
in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
OBS has been
Please
acting up
offer
with
me
that
some
kind of shit,
explanation
so
here.
I'll
I'm
just be careful.
genuinely confused.
God, okay.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
I don't know,
never
man.
would have thought to mention it.
It's a pretty nice broom closet. Bigger than my closet. I don't know.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Good.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Damn.
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I love this game. It's probably like one of the best endings.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, you too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Can't remember if that was it or not. Poor dude. He's just waiting to tell us. He's waiting to do his damn job. We're sitting here ruining it. Goodbye, broom closet. You'll be missed.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, wait, yeah, we were gonna do this ending. I forgot. We were just gonna do the same one, but without the bucket.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had
Fortunately,
vanished.
the bucket was not with me.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all, none of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh,
No feet,
what a
no
relief
legs,
Stanley
no balls.
felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Yeah.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
He's in a coma.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh my god. No, not again. See, look, I almost...
Stanley began screaming.
Oh,
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Boop. And everything went black. I have a bucket.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella. This is without the bucket.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man
we'll go with the bucket
who
out
had
of the map.
stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
Yep.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had
Seeing a
scheduled
dead man
for that
made her
day.
feel better. That's
Very
interesting.
important people whose impressions
Only
of
two
her
bucket
would
endings.
affect
Damn.
her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, hold on. I like broke my brain. When you hear things, type or say. That again. Wait. Wait, what? That actually like broke
All
my
of his
brain reading
co-workers
that. I don't know
were
why.
gone. What could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had...
It's bucket time.
It's bucket time.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Eh, come on. Work.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
said the bucket.
Bucket
not
furrowed
since
its
the
brow.
evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his
Gambhorata.
machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this
Oh
time.
god.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form,
Nice, Anna.
transforming into a mighty
Dang.
beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Oh shit.
My God,
Oh.
Stanley,
Oh shit.
you did it. You
No!
saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come,
Oh,
let's
Jesus.
restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Well, bucket's dead. And it's back again.
It's
like
bucket
that.
time.
I literally took a screenshot of that.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Oh, he must go to the
and
left door
entered
for
the
once.
on his left.
Damn. I don't know, man. Those... Thank God I had the sage thing, whatever the hell it was. Emblems. Don't remember
Still
getting
no
them.
one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office
Wait a second,
was
can
where
I-
he'd
yeah,
find
hold on.
answers. Stanley,
different-
we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Yeah, because you already gave the stickers. Come on. You got more stickers. Come on. Whatever. Fine. No more stickers.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and
Oh,
the
don't go
bucket
down.
walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yes, the boss's office. Hello? Now remembering content from a long time ago. Oh shit. I just clicked the picture. Bucket, my beloved. Goddamn, man.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh, yeah.
I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Ayo? Huh. Don't forget the Stanley Parable. I was going to say the new Stanley Parable. Zone Sweet
You see,
Zone.
Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
That is fantastic. Buy on Steam or download the demo for free. Oh, God. Nice. They have their rewards here. Cool. By me just walking around. That's one crisp dollar bill. Stanley Parable. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Achievement. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. Oh, hey, look. It's when we died. Cool.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then
Maddie, welcome to
succeeds
stream, by the
to
way.
be every game ever created."
How do you get
Did you hear that, Stanley?
to the memory zone
Every
after getting the
game
bucket?
ever created.
Oh, here, I can
That's
show you
how
how to do that.
grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable.
So what you want to do is grab the bucket and then go on the left door upstairs to your boss's office and then go to his bathroom instead of his office. And then I clicked a picture and it brought me here.
Was. It was literally every game.
By the way, how
ever
are you doing
created.
tonight?
It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Damn. All right. It's okay. So I went to the Stanley Parable stream as a do. Hey, well, there you go. I mean, you might as well, right? Yeah, I figured for my 1 year stream anniversary, this was the best game I should play. It's so sad, yes.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Oh yeah,
The Stanley
GameSpot. Here
Parable
we go.
is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Sniffle. A perfect 9 out of 10. Yep.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot to tell you about this.
God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine
Steam
what's been
reviews.
collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh, here we go.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
All the red boxes are the negative reviews. That's great. I know, it's so good.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
Damn.
Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. I let these people down.
Don't feel that way.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say?
Cookie
You constantly
9.
have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
Long-winded?
I wish there was a skip button.
Damn.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
All right. Sure you want to do this?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture.
Are you serious?
It went on for nearly 10,000
amazing.
years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They use like real reviews. That's awesome.
Can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until two... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise.
Thank you for sending the link, by the way.
Maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, Then by making no choice and
use
saying
of
nothing,
weapons.
are you not
Welcome to
simply
the stream.
erecting in the sanctuary of
Nice
time
name.
a monument to every person
having a
you've
good
ever
night.
been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once, that you are both making choices and not making choices.
Listen,
and that they
narrator.
are both
All right.
affecting you and not
Making me want to
affecting
hit
you
the
at the
skip
same
button.
time,
Okay.
by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has...
I'm so sorry.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go
don't hate
off,
me, okay?
and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes,
oh my God,
I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial, something along the lines of, "This game is the best game." Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of
I want to see, actually, hold on. I want to see if the clock moves.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Okay.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here?
Oh,
Where
shit.
did the door go?
Oh,
Wasn't there
God.
a door that led into this room?
What the hell?
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button.
We got an office chair in here
Before, wasn't there?
Pretty cool.
I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door.
Oh my God.
I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
It just presses the skip button. So, how's everyone doing? Oh, that's ironic. I'm doing good. I'm just, find it kind of crazy how it's already been a year of me streaming. Posture check. Thank you. Huh. What are we gonna come back? Oh, hydrate too. Damn, alright. Yeah, I'm wondering when, Hannah Stretch. Okay, damn. Thank you. Wonder if he's actually gonna come back or not. I hope he does, so we don't just sit here for nothing. Does anyone know if he actually comes back? Tired, but ye. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm tired too. But, you know, Stanley Parable. Okay. Gotcha. Narrator? Hello? I don't want to press that skip button. I know it's going to make you a little upset, but, I'm starting to think that's, you know, the ending. Well. Wino comes back to let us know. I'm going to hit that button. I got a feeling. Near the narrator, just step away. Come on. Come back. Please. Back. Nope. Okay. Well, press the button.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh my god.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting
Jesus,
here,
I'm sorry.
a single person to speak
Sorry,
with.
Wino.
And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button.
I'm like
That's what I'm realizing
now,
now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe...
I didn't know the
if
plant
you
was
can
involved.
hear me,
I'm
then
sorry,
maybe
plant. Alright, listen.
It means I'm
sorry.
real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps. Yes.
Hey, well, at least we're not being blinded by,
Perhaps
like,
I've been
a super
scared
white
this
screen.
whole time. That if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying.
Oh no.
I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am
sorry.
I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying?
I crawled alphabetically.
You can see what this means.
There you go.
I'm so clear about it now, Stanley.
Nice.
I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it, to think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
I'm gonna run at it. Listen, narrator, it's not against you, okay? This is just part of the ending. You just gotta deal with it, all right? Fuck.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities.
Should have never showed me this button.
Nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was...
Listen, I'm sorry. Oh. Hello? He's just gone. Oh shit! Time has stopped. What the fuck? Okay, alright. Well, let's skip again. We got nothing else to do. The hell did that? Ah! Why's that beeping? Oh god, get me out of here! Get me the fuck out of here!
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demand. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others.
It's amazing.
But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding...
Look what Cookie 9 did. Appreciating the moment, having fun. Yes, I really am, to be honest with you. Damn. That narrator's broken, man. Poor guy. That comment really set him off. Well, time to continue on with time, and God knows how much time has passed.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Oh God, get me out of here!
The end is never the end, is never
Skip!
the end.
The end is never the end. The end is never the end. Shit. And he's going off the deep end. Gotta get out of here. Shit. What happened? I don't have a flashlight. Get out of here, man. It's getting creepy up in here. Oh, hey. Damn. Can't see anything. Still don't understand how this happened. Oh god. Overgrowth. Vegetation. It's taking over. Oh Jesus. Or so I thought. Yeah, this is oh god, what the fuck happened? Out of here. Hit the button. Hit the fucking button. What? Imagine just going. Desert? Freedom. Trying to get a look at the whole building. I want to see. Huh. Hey, Kando, welcome. Yeah, I know, right? Holy shit. The Robert Parable. Great. How you doing, Kando? What happened? What, like, actually happened, though? Holy hell. Oh, hey. We're back in the office. Oh, my God.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
Yes. I don't know. That's a good question. Holy hell. Too many.
It's bucket time.
Okay, let's go to the new content. Return to the Stanley Parable 2 Expo Hall. Hello, I'm here. Got my bucket wife. Let's go. What a day, what a day. This is my stuff.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Huh. Alright.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel.
Again.
An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
New mug. That's so good, man. Inventor Showcase.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than
Big Stupid
Ultra
3000.
Deluxe, don't
Nice,
you think?
Kano.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Haste the sequel. I like that. Kano, if you want, go ahead and DM me on the Discord with that nickname you want, and let me know a color as well. Okay, this is a nice carpet. It's got twos all over it too. I like looking at all the finer details, all the little small things, all the little changes. Time to wake up. Nice. Never underestimate coffee. Okay, hold on. Never underestimate a coffee enjoyer. Left their cup by a leather sofa. That face that faces a blurry. Great. Huh, nice. They're back. 2 doors. Aha, the 2 doors. Nice. Huh. Dang. That's my favorite colors right there, man. Yes. Dude, I just wanted to say hey. Alright, Rad Boy. Hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know you said you can't stay, so no worries. But hey, it's been a year. It's been a year. Blood. Nice. Well, you have a great time, alright? Oh, hey, look. Nice. The E key. Nice. Internet died for a bit. Welcome back, random. Well, Rad Boy, you enjoy yourself. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be.
Welcome
but let's
back,
take a look at some of the features I've been developing.
Thanks, Rad Boy. Take care.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
God damn it. Left with a bang. Quite a large ensemble I have to perform in front of a few judges on Wednesday. My God. Good luck, Kano. 9. Eyes, ears, nostrils, arms, legs, question marks. Who took the red marker? Me. Yes, that's awesome. Wait. Investigator show. I saw the investigator showcase. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Oh my God, that's great. so many little things, man. So awesome. Content. New content, boss. Here we go. Kano made a pause button. Stanley Parable 2.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Alright. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Like this. Let's go.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Actually, yeah. Let's hear it.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your
Good
mind,
job, Jim.
forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
Fine.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Jim.
Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim,
Oh, God.
rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you
Wow,
feel
Jim
it in your
lives
soul?
a life,
Are
huh?
you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button. Jim. Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Fine.
Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too
Yes.
much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
No! It's questioning his life. You know what? A little bit. Here's yours today. Name button. Well, we lost the gym button. And I'm okay with that. No! Do not start calling me Jim, I swear to God. Jim, Jim, Jim.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2.
Wait.
Actually save me the
Please
work
no
of finishing this
screenshots. Hold
feature.
up. Oh. That'd have been amazing if it said something. Jim is questioning his life. Jim. A whole new office. Red is the new orange. Updated ray traced. More of the same, but in a good way. Sequel to the new features, new content, new ideas. That button says the name of the player. Jump circle, infinite hole. Yeah, I know. That's so amazing. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. Jim dollars? No! Can't believe you broke the rules like that. I know, right? Wait a second. Why did I hear that? I heard that, like, the skipping horse sound. I can't remember if that's what it was called. It was... Oh, I'm losing my mind. I heard it. Huh? There it is. That's awesome. Okay. Up here. Epilogue. Actually, okay, maybe not do the epilogue. Hold on. Merch. Let's go check the merch out. The end is never the end again. This t-shirt is the best new feature. Number 2. You know what? I will take one of those shirts. Please no screenshots. I can't promise.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on
QR
this
code.
one.
No!
I think that in the new
I'll go back out there in a moment.
The office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th birthday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Dang, alright.
Alright,
random. We're going back.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Right now. All the way back. Oh my god, there really is a QR code. How did I not see that? Okay, hold on. Let's check out this QR code. Probably takes you to their actual merch. Oh, it does. That's dope. Jump. Yes. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Okay, sorry about that. I was curious about the QR code. Nice. I think I already did all the jumps a long time ago when I did it.
Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Let us jump. Oh, man. Bust up. That now. 3 new plus easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Alright. It's not like clickbait or anything, right? Or I guess in this case, walk bait. Hold the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps, it just works. It's like what Tired Howard says. Get yours right now. I like achievements.
Here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Pull me, please pull me. Okay.
As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched?
It's too good,
God.
man.
Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's quite a machine you got there. Thanks for sharing. Out of here. If my name isn't Jim.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Collectibles. Can you find them? Can you find them? Out of order. You've been here already. Collect them all. You know what? I'm pretty good. Yeah, I gotta go back to look. Let me see. I think I already got the achievement a while ago, so it didn't really pop up. Here, though. I don't remember which one it was. Oh, yeah, test achievement, please ignore this. That's what it is. Okay. Oh, the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
Yes.
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like.
Jesus.
A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Alright. Here we go. Up! Oh, shit! Up! No, ads at the worst time. I'm so
One
sorry.
of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press
Yes,
the
you did,
teleport
welcome
button
back.
to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Welcome back from the ads. You know, it's just kind of nice.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button
Dozed
to
off,
go
no
back
worries.
to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Oh my god, we actually are still
Stanley,
falling.
I
That's
don't know
amazing.
quite how to say this tactfully. It's
Yeah.
possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is.
Oh,
an
yeah, it's not
extremely
infinite.
deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that
Oh,
it isn't
God.
an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
I
From
am
one
looking up.
perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're
Jesus
so clever.
Christ.
Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to
Just
fall
the
infinitely?
two of us.
I
We
figured the
can
hole was
make
as
it
deep
if
as
we
anyone would actually
try,
need.
just
Don't you
the
put
two
this on
of
me.
us.
Maybe you're the problem.
Holy
Look,
shit.
Things got a little
There's a lot of
heated
cigarette butts
there. I
down here,
think
man.
we
What the
both said
hell?
Some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just
Oh
put
my
all this
God.
behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Yeah, will you be up there? My ankle's broke. Jim X narrator.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal, A normal person
Not
would have said,
normal.
yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean,
You
admittedly,
like holes
I
too
didn't
much?
make an infinite
Sus.
hole, but I didn't think it
Hey,
was that
not me.
not infinite.
Jim.
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing
You are
of...
Jim. Or maybe I'm not.
Wow.
Maybe
Okay.
you're Jim.
Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's
Yeah,
going
no, it's
on
great.
here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length.
No, you are.
Here, let's try something.
Fine, I'm
Let's
Jim.
pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but how is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh,
Scratching the
who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Wee. God.
Is the, teleport button not working?
Great.
You sure? Well, I mean,
What's up?
I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Great.
Still
Work.
nothing?
Come on.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
No.
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole.
No, wait.
And now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else.
Well, you can help
Take
me
care,
out.
Stanley.
No.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Well, this stinks. Me out! Get the fuck out! What was that? Oh god. Oh god, what did I do? Common L. Oh shit. Oh. Oh god. Oh my god. It's nice music and everything, but what's happening right now? Duck dance. Oh god. The void is calling Jim. Oh my god. Yes. Holy shit. Look at Jim. Get a screenshot of that. You know, hold on, we're going back to this one.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer.
What the fuck
You
is this?
love the space of my.
Oh shit! Drum circles up in here. Oh god, it's like, oh, I don't like that shit. It's like rewind. Nah, man, reverse shit. No! Listening to all of our different perceptions. Get the fuck out of here. Change your reality. Fine, I'll change it. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the hell is happening? Wait, am I just pairing links? Oh no, I'm upside down. Oh god, guys. Oh shit. Oh my god, Stanley's jacked.
Stanley!
Oh man.
Good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
Thought you were leaving.
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. I don't know. That's a good question. Wait. Music's playing again. I think we're going back. Okay, never mind. I legit thought we were going back down again. Nope. Okay.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new
Toodle pip.
features.
Alright, so, go this way now.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Epilogue. Alright, yeah, that's where we want to go.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've
That's
experienced
so cool. They,
every setting.
recognize you got the achievements.
All corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting. Something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity?
Welcome to the stream.
I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later.
Never set the settings
I hope you're
sliders
looking
to every
forward to
possible
trying
setting.
out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley
Beautiful.
Parable 2.
You are the champion of the setting of all the sliders to all the possible numbers. Please enjoy this room. This is your room and it is made just for you. Look at the settings. Yeah, I already got the achievement, so yeah. Remember, it's too good. That's what I like though, is the game like detects that you have the achievement. I think that's really cool. Is this mine? Can I take it? Oh man, I got hiccups. No, come on. Okay, that hiccup really must have like scrambled my brain for 2 seconds, because literally I thought this was a grill. Let's just not talk about that. Yeah, wait, you guys not hear what I was saying or no? Yeah, I already have the achievement already. No, I don't think it does. Oh my god, Jesus. Oh no. Don't know. Huh. Hmm. I don't even know what this means at all. Oh, I guess so. Reticle. Cool. Yeah, I guess I have to look it up because I do not know. I think we did everything else here, though. Exit. It's this way. Yes, we did. Nice try.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Left that there. Okay. Hey, look, it's Stanley. God. No screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
I'm ready.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Are you serious? Great. God, coworker.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Interesting.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I like work. I just hate my boss. Nice.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Well, there is the other ending I guess we could do really fast, which is which is this one. We just have to say no, because I think we already said yes. Okay. Alright, thank you. Oh.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? I've already done it. Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one?
I'd have to say yes.
Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then
all
perhaps
right,
you're
I'm sorry I said
In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Sheesh. Didn't realize I was going to be so rude about it. Eh?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Just moves on with my life. Hey, Bucket. How you doing? 434 has bitches. Input. Stupid balloons, man. Should have just went with my choice. Want to listen. Okay. I guess I'll take
it's
Bucket.
Bucket time.
Hey, Zeno, welcome back. What's up, what's up?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
No,
to his
not
chest
yet, not yet.
and entered the door on
I've been
his
trying to
left.
clutch through these endings.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find. Coming to a staircase,
Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
That's a good question. Maybe Stanley has a promotion. Got promoted, you know. Damn, oh, business strategy? Putting a gun to a panda's head is like business strategy? Dang, okay. Yeah, what's up? Up, please. Yes. Yes, I have. Did I just sing that? It's him. Yep. It's a very long elevator. Okay, alright, elevator. Get me off this damn thing right now. One out. Same guy. Is that this what the point of this elevator is? Okay, screw the elevator. Let's get the hell out of here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to
it's
discover
you.
not an indication of any human
Great.
life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Go. Oh, God.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
The bird pics. I'm trying to remember how to do that. I think I'm going to get this one done with first.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into... But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below.
I actually kind of forgot that.
Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now,
Great.
What to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Oh, yes.
It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit
Because
cold,
the bucket
perhaps.
is God.
After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
I don't know.
This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life
down
here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
Hey, you know what you could play?
The bucket was counting on.
Raid Shadow Legends.
The two of them waited for a very long time.
I don't know. What games do you have? July. Jesus Christ. They've been that long? I did enjoy that game. I really did. Level was great. Oh, that door closed. I was like, did I open it? Too many? Gotcha.
It's bucket time.
Yeah, that's the problem sometimes.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
How do you get to the bird room thing? I can't remember.
Still no one was here.
Oh, God.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Christ. Long game.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, we'll finish this now. Yeah.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
Understandable.
with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Stanley's feeble mind.
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Great.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
box? Oh, that's 4 is over here. That's 5. I can't remember if there was something for hitting the buttons, but see in a second, I guess. Or not. Let's see in a second. Oh, it's this, yeah. Okay.
When at last they
shut it down.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Everywhere.
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket. Needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
That's a yikes.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I remember there was something to do with that computer. I can't remember for the life of me.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
don't
doors,
remember where
he
they
entered
are.
the door on his left.
Where were the bird pics?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Whiteboard manager? Great. Mind control room, okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Boop, boop, boo, doo, doo, doo.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Did I need the bucket by any chance? Because I don't think I grabbed that. Down I go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I'm so fucking tired today.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it.
Okay.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I don't have any sausages in my house.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
So,
and as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah, I can't even get to that. I can't remember how to. That's okay.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Jesus Christ. So sorry, Permanent Halloween. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bomba Gamer, you talking about the on button this time? I'll hit the on button.
Oh, Stanley. You didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley. I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
I raised them.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
5.
Other times,
shit.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn
No.
to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
Oh my
But I'm
god.
enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are
Sounds like such a
precious
super
additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No. It's like a fucking crazy bastard.
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Let me out.
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
Fuck.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Come on.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Shit.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here.
Let me out.
You being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count.
Shit.
Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
No.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable
God.
life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Shit. Gone, dude. It's fucking gone. Christ. Okay, I gotta see what other endings I got left.
All of his co-workers were...
That was
Wait,
not Bird
No,
Pigs.
this isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Ha! Nice, said something different. Okay. This time...
It's bucket
Grab the
time.
bucket. Risen back from the grave, called my internet going out. Gotcha. Welcome back. Glad to have you back. We got like a few. I'm pretty sure we got a few more
Stanley
endings
clutched
left.
the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
To do the exact same one I just did,
Still
but with the
no one
bucket
was
this
here.
time.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
We got about 30-ish minutes left. I'm trying to see if we can get the rest of the endings. That is the plan. Said plan.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind
hear
Control
you.
Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Oh.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
The birds.
Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Well, okay, nice bird ending. Done. Boom.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Now
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hold on. The end is never the end. The end is never the end.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Damn it. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There we go.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Save me some fucking time.
Surprise. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Back through here again. Such a process.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I just thought about an
But
ending,
here was the
or a
proof,
couple endings
the
I
heart
didn't
of
do.
the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working,
This last
all of it
one,
monitored
thank God
and
this will be done
commanded
after
from this
that.
very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided... blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Balls.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Never the end is never the end.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
One more computer.
It's bucket time.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Now we can go left.
Stanley clutched the bucket
But-
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotion, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Oh, that's great.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit, it's this.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh, shit.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, the bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing into the precipice of the knowledge. Much like the bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a carver's void.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
It's not my bucket. Inferno bucket. I can see what happened to that one. Cave drawing. Shit, it's a bucket. They're praising a bucket. Oh god.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Kneel before the bucket? The hanging bucket. Oh god. My bucket.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
That be? Wait.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket should take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Hello? Okay. Yeah, we died. Okay.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself.
No.
That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Oh wait, we have one more input left on that computer. Hold on. Shut that off.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, no, wait, the last input was in the office. No, just shit. Hopefully I didn't screw it up.
It's bucket time.
Damn it, dude.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever... No, stop! Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket,
one of the endings.
What isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior.
No worries.
Up to this point,
welcome back from all the cleaning and rearranging.
Well, my goodness. I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have...
I know we're probably one of the last ones that I'm going to do for the night is the computer ending.
Have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Yeah.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Sure, okay. Oh my god, then, yes.
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What a dick.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Still a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
What a jerk. What?
Is this a bucket?
Why'd you put the tractor back in here?
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
What? Fuck.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here, and I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
No.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
Goodbye, buckets.
Okay, here we go.
Snap.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Great. I forgot I was going to do that one last. Looks like we're doing it now. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Buttons. Oh God. Heaven, more like hell. Oh God. Oh God, get me out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. Oh God. Fuck that ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No bucket this time. No bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
The normal one where we go up there
enemy,
without
really,
the bucket, so we'll do that too.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about...
No!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
You to do that? Damn it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
The hell, last time I made that jump like it was nothing.
Room. Perhaps he had simply
Stupid
missed a memo.
bucket. Damn it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh,
it was
more
okay.
Employee lounge, please.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, I did not.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh, that's right,
There's
you do
someone
this.
you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Fine, you know what? We'll go through the red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
God.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Oh. Oh, sorry. I gotta go.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Look at it.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh, I see.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I've thought about it, and there's other endings to complete.
No! Oh, thank God.
Damn it.
You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
If you go back up the stairs again, hold on.
No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me.
Right,
I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Back.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Listen, I have to keep moving, okay? Hey, red lights. Nice. Fortunately...
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Sorry, okay? I'm sorry. This is something that has to be done.
Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
A true happiness.
Yes.
Say something.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
How will you be doing?
No, perhaps not.
Oh. Ah, okay. I didn't think it. I didn't really know how too much of this ending worked. Alrighty, let's finish this ending off.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
No,
Am I reading the situation correctly?
No, I gotta do the other endings. I'm sorry. Okay?
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
I'm sorry. We got another ending to do still. I'm sorry, narrator. Goodbye.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Damn, poor narrator. Alright. Let's do this one.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think there was one where you can actually not go at all. I don't know. There's something like that. Hold on. Damn it. Hold on.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
was something
well.
like that. I don't know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
There's the blue door, and then there's this ending, but I think I'm going to do this
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
Time
let
to
me
go
prove
the opposite
that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. No, Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Interesting how that pops up.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
What the hell?
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Never seen that
tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Huh. Interesting. I guess I've never actually seen that pop up before on like stream.
I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
I think we're going to do 2.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful,
It's
why don't we play
hilarious.
someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
Oh, wait, is this the one that makes you, like, play Rocket League or something?
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, no kidding.
Aha!
Oh, yeah.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory?
Hold on 1 second.
What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians
my
below
God, you guys,
from up
it's,
high in your
fuck,
creep
what is it?
tower.
It's,
Perhaps for some sort of
Firewatch?
twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game,
Yeah,
Stanley. And it
I
seems there's
forgot about
even
this.
more. Come, let's venture outward and see
I
what
know.
else is out
Welcome
there.
back. Chapter 1. Oh, that's so cool. I love how they did that, actually. I miss this game. Oh, I think they actually got everything. Yeah, that's about right. Dang. Right. Sorry, I'm waiting for someone specifically to get here. I just wanted to show them this really, really fast. Yeah, Random, it's in the Stanley Parable. So cool. I love how they did that. That is so cool, man. He's like, you know what? You're tired of playing my game? Then you can go play someone else's.
No, it can't be.
Cool, man.
It is.
Sorry,
it's an
Random, I just
open
wanted to show you
world
that.
game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay.
Firewatch is the best. I love that game so much. I know. It's so good. What game are they taking me to now? The game is about because he's spying on people and doesn't actually know the games. I know, right?
See, this is exactly
Rocket
what I
League?
had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game,
That is
I will
amazing.
be phenomenally impressed.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
Me too.
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the
Rocket
bases and do a
League.
touchdown together.
Oh, that's
Yes,
great.
I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Holy shit. Oh yeah, we got this. We got this.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Holy shit. That's a lot of balls. Yes. Score.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right.
Oh.
Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
No, don't leave. Gotta get out of here. Any more balls? Nothing to do here anymore. Finally, peace and quiet. Yeah. Son of a bitch. Well, I think that was a pretty funny ending. Into the goal? Okay, let's go into the goal. Screw it. Yeah, so I didn't know. Well, this sleeps now. Well, now the ball. Oh.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Hold on. What are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. So, I didn't know that my Streamlabs OBS would alert me if someone subscribed to me on, like, YouTube, for example, but it most definitely did. I gotta make some alerts for that, I guess. I didn't know that was a thing. The hell are we? Abandoned office? Is this the back rooms? The back rooms in Stanley Parable? Yeah, apparently someone subscribed to me on my YouTube and alerted me on Streamlabs. I was like, huh? What? The backrooms level. Exactly. You know, I thought that...
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
But yeah, okay, I was like, no peace and quiet. Yep, rip to that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fuck it. Yeah, I was gonna grab it, but tried to do this one last ending that I had.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
Oh, okay, random.
But
cool.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sorry, Wino. My bad.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'll get this other ending real quick.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her.
Hello? Bang warning again. Jeez.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yeah.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Yo, bread? All right.
All right. Okay, there we go.
Sweet.
All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Dang, man. Narrator's savage. Hey.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
All right, random. Thank you.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button.
Got you.
Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Steal this desk from work?
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
Oh, damn.
Down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Have a good night, feel better.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end. that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Let me see what happens when I don't push it. Oh shit.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please die. Oh, that's nice.
And I tried.
Jesus Christ. Well, we got the majority of the endings. I know we're missing like a few, but other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. This has been our 1 year anniversary. So, thank you guys for being here. I was gonna do something along the lines of celebrating like for a whole week, but I decided to just do it into one thing for Stanley Parables. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for supporting me with the Raid Shadow Legends sponsor. I do appreciate it, whoever has done that. I hope you guys have a really great night, and I will see you tomorrow night for Little Nightmares 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night. Hey, and thank you something. Take care, take care. Yeah, I was gonna do the rest of them, but I am like so fucking tired, man. Oh, I'm just gonna go straight to sleep. You guys have a great night. Love you all. Stay safe. And see you tomorrow. Found a nerve gun in our bed while I was. Nice. What's up, Wino? What's up? I'm waiting. Yeah. There you can. Go ahead. And load it, Jesus. Yeah, give me 2 seconds, I'll get it up for you. Okay. Go ahead and spam bonk. There you go. Deliver the bonks from hell. Next time I think I'm gonna do the quacks. Bonk, 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 bonk. That's beautiful, guys. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys for watching. I had a wonderful night. I will see you guys tomorrow for Little Nightmares 2. And next is Pokemon, and then Saturday.
All of his co-workers.
Saturday is the Batman Telltale game, which I'm really excited for. Yes. And then Sunday, fuck. Sorry, I'm so tired, guys. Good night. And Shim. See you guys tomorrow night. Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody.